call, and I put this call together because I wanted to add more value. Of course, we're always big on adding more value. We're always big on making sure that the customers are happy, that our teams are happy, that people are actually making money and really having the results that they want. And the results that they actually want, and not just that, but the results that you actually desire in your life, in your career, as a investor, as a trader. Right? You're not just here to make up the numbers. You're here so you can actually make an impact in your life. So I'm excited, guys, to be your host. I've got my co-partner here, my co-pilot, Mr. Smith, who will be coming on shortly. We made this joke last week that I'm Kobe Bryant and he's Shaq, right? So what's up, Shaq?
Get on, Kobe.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We was together actually yesterday and also on Thursday, and we're getting back to that the in-person events, getting things moving, and of course, I'm really excited. He's gonna share with you guys some very powerful things. So I'm gonna give my little two pence, and he'll come on shortly. We are pumping this thing. We are really excited, guys. Before I start, I want to give my gratitude to you guys for just your complete level of patience with us during this transition. Just in general, just like putting things together. Of course, it's not easy to make sure that thousands of people are, kind of like are basically set up everything. The applications, the trading accounts. But I really appreciate all your patience. I know it's been an incredible past few weeks, but of course, a lot of changes are being made. This company right now is going through a massive overhaul of changes when it comes to the leadership, when it comes to the services that we have. We have some big announcements coming, right? We have some big announcements coming. We are making our applications even more streamlined. We're adding in an individual who is very highly respected, who is going to be our new director of education, and that's something that's really added more excitement to me than really anything else really in the past couple of weeks, because of course I've been in this industry now for 8 years. I've been around it all, I've seen it all, right? I've been across the world, 21 plus countries, and to be honest, I would say it takes a lot to excite me these days, right? Because I've seen it all, I've seen everything, I've met every top leader, I've been in the biggest events and whatever, spoken in front of 9,000 people, etc., right? So for me, it's more than just about hype and really like someone, oh yeah, this big company, no. But I'm really excited when I see quality individuals partnering with our company. That's what gives me the most excitement, because I understand that everything rises and falls on the leadership that you actually are with and that you are working with. And we have a very illustrious gentleman. He'll be unveiled over the next few weeks. I've known this gentleman for over 8 years, and it's exciting to have him as part of this company. His past two companies, he actually led the entire trading division of those companies, and we're talking about, I would say, close to 500,000 people he's actually coached and mentored from a company standpoint. So he's a multi-millionaire. He was actually a $1 million Hall of Famer in this industry. So he's one of the GOATs, man, and it's excited to have him here. Of course, it's not public yet, but you guys will see over time the exciting things that are happening in our company, guys. But I'm really excited for every single one of you. We are adding new scanners to the platform. We are adding new systems. We are adding new traders to the platform, guys. It is all happening right now. I am about to jump out of my skin right now. I'm so excited. Put a 777 in the chat if you're excited about what's coming. Of course, I know you don't know who the people are or whatever, but if you can even get maybe 5% of the excitement that I have right now, you are going to be lit. You're going to be in a good position to like go to the moon, right? And I'm excited for our customers. I'm excited for those who have subscribed. All of you that have decided to be a part of this platform, trust me, you are in the right place at the right time around the right conversation. So I'm excited for that. I'm going to give a couple of tips in a moment to start your new trading week. But before I do that, I want to bring up two testimonials, right? I'm big on testimonials because I understand some of you right now are new. I see some familiar faces on here who I haven't seen in a while. People that I can see on here that I've been around the space for a while. I've seen certain things for a while. This is the time for you to lock in, right? Especially now, it's a heat wave. It's hot, right? You know, your mood should already be on a 10, right? There's no excuse. By the way, tomorrow is gonna be a heat wave, so get ready, right? Get your sun cream ready. I'm about to be out. I'm gonna be in the gym at 6 a.m. Cause I don't want to catch this heat wave when I'm working out. But just know, sleep good tonight, because tomorrow morning, if you're in the UK, it's about to be amazing, right? Get the ice poles out. Put the ice on your face. It's about to be crazy, right? But I want to bring up 2 testimonials of people that I personally brought into the company, right? So this is more personal because these are 2 individuals that are very close to me that, you know, I've been working with now. One of them for over 5 years, the other one for around a year and a half. And it's been incredible to see their results, their success. And I want the newest person on this line, the newest person, put a 1 in the chat if you've been in this company for less than a month. Put a 1 in the chat if you've been in this environment, in Wealth Makers community for less than a month, right? And put a 2 if you've been here for over a month. Okay, let me see. Shout out to you. So hello, Elizabeth, Esther. I see Esther from Newcastle. KK, Jackie. What's going on? Paulie, Yvonne, Misha. What's up, sis? Kerry, Chinasakwa. Joyce, what's going on? How you doing? And so all of you that are putting 1s and 2s in the chat, no matter where you are, less than a week, welcome, Ugo. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay? These testimonials, I want you guys to understand, these 2 individuals I'm going to bring up, they didn't have experience before they joined this opportunity, right? They never, hello Christy, how you doing? Yeah, so, you know, these individuals they didn't come into this company with experience. They actually just were brand new. I'm good, Joyce, I'm good. How are you doing? Kay, put a 1 in the chat as well. So I want you guys to put yourself in their shoes and understand that it's possible. It really is possible to win here, right? Even take away the MLM side. Just talk about strictly as a trader. You can literally turn X amount of account and double it, triple it in a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Me personally, when I first got started trading, in my first couple weeks, I turned a 250 account to a 750 account in about 3 or 4 weeks. Okay? So I know it's possible. I know what I know. And these 2 testimonials are going to give you guys proof that, and more than just the money they've made, it's about the process. It's about the fact that they're going to wake up tomorrow morning and they are going to be in the markets. Do you understand how, guys, I had an event yesterday and I spoke in front of about 100 young entrepreneurs, right? Myself, Jermaine was there, Lydia was there, Elizabeth was there, Aiden was there, my boy Manso, who's a very, very good friend of mine. He's actually getting started with us this week. He's a very, very successful gentleman. He was there as well. And also I met some of my other friends like that I've known for years, right? There was so many familiar faces in the room. And I was talking to Jermaine, and me and Jermaine, we love Forex, man. Like we were depressed. It's like, oh my gosh, the markets are closed. It's like it was so hard to even focus. I couldn't even cope, right? Because of the fact that the markets were closed. When you have that level of enthusiasm, the markets are opening in literally 45 minutes. Well, gold opens at 11, Forex opens at 10. I'm kind of I'm like pulling my hair out. Like I'm excited, right? Right. So that enthusiasm, we are putting together the most illustrious trading community. Because I figured it out. And here's what I figured out. A lot of companies, it's like the value is like below, okay, well, let's just get a lot of people in. Let's just recruit a lot of people. And that's great. I like the idea of that. But the customers that are currently in the company, can they genuinely say that they are having a good experience? Now, not every single person is going to come in and make £1 million tomorrow. I'm not saying that. But put a 3 in the chat if you can genuinely say you feel like you're having a good experience. And be honest with me, guys. I'm not a yes man. I want you guys to tell the truth. If you don't feel that, put a 4. If you feel like you've had a good experience, if you feel like your mentor, sponsor, whoever brought you in has actually tried to help you, look at the threes in the chat, right? My boy Lamin's on the call. Hey Lamin, what's going on, man? My boy Lamin's from Norway. He's a big leader in the industry. I told him come on the call to see the culture because we're gonna launch Norway heavy, and he can see. Show Lamin the threes, man. We're not like other communities in the industry. We're focusing on value. We're focusing on giving people an actual experience. I'm done with the hype. I'm done with the smoky mirrors. I'm done with just papering over the cracks with all the hype and the stuff. That's great. You can jump up and down all you want. But if people are not making money, they're not going to be here for much longer. People want to make money. They join the platform to win. They didn't join just to be a part of a hype club. Does that make sense? And that's why we win here, because I'm all about results. When I came into this industry, I wanted to know, could I win? Could I succeed? Right? Can I actually go out there and have the results that I'm looking for? And this platform is actually making it happen. We've put together a strong community where people are, going in to the market and they're coming out with a bag. Not every trade is a win. We know that. But I'm saying, even if you have a day that may not be your target, at least you can go out there and say, you know what? I'm happy that I took part in that trade. I had good risk management. I utilized the scanners. I utilized the signals. I utilized the services, and I made money, right? So without further ado, I want to bring up, first and foremost, my good friend who I've known now for over 5 years. I feel like it's been 20 years, right? She is very, very close to me and Katrina. She's literally been one of my right hands in this entire industry. She joined me in my first company, her first company, and she came onto a launch call. And she had this bushy hair, like this afro kind of thing, afro hair. She was like fired up. She was like, I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, I'm excited to be here. She was our first launch call, right? And it was during the pandemic. And she came onto that call, and she was like, okay, I like this. And we spoke, and we built a relationship, and she's now become a very successful trader. Like I'm talking about, she's helped her mother, her sister, her family, her community. She's very, very well known in Birmingham. Shout out to the Birmingham family. And she has been, a pillar of our community. And all of her mentees are making money. Even her own cousins come in and has had incredible results. And I called her today. I was like, hey, Mon, can you give a testimonial? Because it's not just about the money she's making. Because Monica already has great success outside of trading. But in terms of learning the skill, I've seen her from the very, very first day. She had no idea what MT5 was. She had no idea what a pip was. She had no idea what a lot size was. And now she doesn't need me no more. She just trades by herself. Derek, yeah, I made £300 today. I made £1,000 this week. And she's withdrawing. She's living her life. She's traveling all across the world. And I'm excited to see, for you guys to hear her for the first time. About her story and her testimony. So guys, without further ado, put a 777 in the chat for the one, the only, Unique Monique. What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, hey, hey. Hello.
How you doing?
No bushy hair today. Can you hear me?
Like, it wasn't bushy. It was just like it was like a
It wasn't afro. You're right. It
it
wasn't
was a Tina
afro.
Turner vibe. A Tina Turner vibe. Simply the best, right?
How are
Yes,
you? Are you well? You
I'm
look
good.
well. You
Thank
sound
you.
well.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Good.
The sun is shining and the weather is sweet. Makes you want to move your dancing feet. To the
Yeah.
rescue. Bob Marley. So yeah, I'm great. I'm great. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you for that. I'm actually happy to be on this call and to share my testimony because Derek is absolutely right. When we connected initially and I looked into the world of Forex trading, if I'm honest, I was like, this is a different language to me. There's no way on earth or the next I'm ever going to get this. I just saw a bunch of charts, a bunch of numbers, and I was like, no, this is a lot. So, as Derek said, we built a relationship and he helped me kind of understand some of the basic stuff, but I was still not buying into it that somebody like me could actually ever pick up, to be a trader. I always thought that you had to study economics and, all these different things to be a Forex trader. So I kind of put the idea of me ever, learning to trade to the side, and I kind of forgot about it. And I just carried on with my other businesses and stuff. And then Derek contacted me to say, look, man, there's a new platform. I know that you really wanted to learn to trade, but it wasn't the right time for you. Have a look at this new platform. We've got the education, which I think will really, really help and support you in your journey. So I thought, okay, let me have a look. And it was the culture. You mentioned culture earlier, Derek. And for me, I don't know if a lot of people know, some people on the call know me, some people don't. I actually do HR as well as a HR consultant. So I will sit on SMTs, boards, and speak about organizational culture and things like that. And culture is a very, very big thing, and it's very, very important in an organization. So it was the culture that really got me initially. I really loved the culture. I felt at home. I saw the support everybody was getting. And I thought, okay, culture's my bag. At least I can relate to that. So that's what drew me in initially. And then it was seeing the results of people, seeing new people joining the community. And after a couple of weeks or months, seeing them posting their results. And I thought, okay, let me look into this. So anyway, I focus on the education first and foremost, because education is, in my opinion, something that's very, very important. So I started to get the education, started to put on a couple of trades. Derek was brilliant in supporting me as well, and a few more people in the community. And then one day it just clicked. It literally just clicked. I think because I persevered with the education, I jumped on calls like this, various different trading calls related to trading. I was like, okay, I'm getting it. I'm understanding what a lot size is. I'm understanding a pip. And I just started to realize it was becoming part of my normal language, and I was asked to sit on a panel to speak about financial literacy, not really trading per se. And Derek came to support me. And I was like, Derek, if I don't know what I'm talking about, please jump in. I don't know if you remember this, Derek. It was in London. And I killed it. I smashed it. And I think it was at that point I realized, what? Listen, I've got this. I was talking about pips, lot sizes, profit and loss, fundamental analysis, all these things just rolling off my tongue. And after I finished speaking on this panel, people coming up to me wanting to know more about financial literacy, about trading and all of that kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, I've got this. I built my confidence up. And as Derek said, I love to travel, so I travel quite a lot. And I found myself traveling, being bought. I was in Dubai. Some of you might remember me posting in Dubai some of the wins. And I'd buy a meal, and I'd be like, okay, I want to win that money back. I'd jump in the trade, and I'd win 50, 60 pounds. I'd want a pair of shoes. Oh, I'm going to go and do a trade. So for me, the biggest win that I've had, I think, so far is about just under £1,000 in a day. I don't trade every day, but that is probably the biggest win that I've had, and that's from me putting on my own trades. So I'm quite confident now in trading. And Derek mentioned that for me, I'm not just big on winning trades myself. I'm big on supporting others. So rightly so. My cousin Savannah, who is one of my mentees, she joined a couple of months now, probably 8 weeks ago, maybe. She posted about 2 days ago, she won £300. And I'm on the call with my mentees a lot. Misha's in this call as well. Sure, Misha put a couple of sevens in the chat. I literally mentor my new people before they even get started. Hi, Mish. Before they even get started, I have calls with them, and I understand. So I explain, the fundamental analysis, what it means, what a pip is, what a lot size is. And for me now, I'm not a fully experienced trader, but I am very, very confident, to know that I've got people that have joined this business, and I no longer have to rely on Derek to explain to my people, how to connect MT5 to their broker, or to explain to them what a pip is, or to explain to them what a lot size is. I can do that myself. I mean, Derek will tell you, I don't feel at all when it comes to things like that anymore. I just get on with it, and it's a beautiful feeling to have, and to see people like Savannah and Misha. I mean, Misha, I call her the silent trader, because I remember Misha had an issue with withdrawing some cash, So I spoke to her on the phone and she goes, yeah, well, I've done multiple withdrawals. And I said, what do you mean you've done multiple withdrawals? This was within the first week or second week of her trading. I was like, okay, people are learning. And for me, it's a blessing to know that, I've learned a skill and I'm helping me to laughing. I'm helping people as well to learn the tricks of the trade, if you like, and it's changing people's lives. And I think it's a skill set that you will have for life. And Derek mentioned, jumping into the charts and waiting for 10 p.m. to start and things like that. And it's absolutely true. I don't even really watch the news, but now I'm hot on the news because I know what's in the news is going to impact me for the week. It's going to mean if I make money or not. So yeah, it's a great journey to be on. It's a great experience. It's a transferable skill. A lot of the skills that I've learned now, I use them outside of this community and outside of trading as well. So yeah, that's it from me. It's great, and it's good to see so many people on this call. It is so important. When we have these calls, you need to join them. You pay what you pay for your membership, and you get a lot more, than just signals. You get the mentorship, you get the training, you get the coaching. And I don't know how many of you know about coaching and mentoring, but if you were to pay a mentor or a coach outside of this, you'd be paying a couple of £100 just for that. And you're getting training, you're getting education, you're getting a community, you're getting mentorship, you're getting coaching, you're getting so much. So I'm so glad that you're here. Please stick around, please stick to it, and you can't lose in this environment. You can't, even if it's just for your personal development, it's a great environment to be in. So welcome to the newcomers. And yeah, I can't wait to see your growth and your journey.
Let's go, Mon Mon. I call her Mon Mon. I got a nickname for everybody. I call her Mon Mon. Thank you so much.
And Monday.
Monday, right?
That's my day. That's my favorite day for trading now.
Right,
Monday and
right, right, right,
Tuesday.
right. I appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you too.
Put a 777 in the chat for Monique. Wonderful testimonial. We're gonna hear from her cousin on Tuesday as well. Who's just been crushing the charts, man. Every day, just posting profits, just like all blues, all blues. Amazing. So next time we're gonna call up Mr. Hassan. This gentleman, man, it's an incredible story. We actually met. So it's funny. There's a friend of mine from Atlanta who signed up with me about a year and 9 months ago, and she signed up. Her name was Tamara. She signed up. She enrolled someone called Morris, and then Morris enrolled Hassan. And it's funny because Hassan was the only person that Morris enrolled, right? Hassan came in, he was really hungry, really, really serious. And he's been learning, he's been growing, and he's been making money anyway. But today, he sent me his biggest result yet. So this guys, he's been making money anyway. But this is now his biggest day. Let's just say he has crushed it, okay? And I want to give you I want to give the floor to Hassan. I can't tell his story for him, right? But it is amazing to see what he's been able to do, of course. And he's got a family, he's got children, he's got a great life already. But he's just adding more to it by this skill set and growing his bank account, growing his net worth through this incredible skill. So, Mr. Hassan, if you're there, let's go. The people want to hear. People want to hear
How's
what's
it
going
going,
on.
Derek? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening, sir.
Great. Good evening. How are you doing today, my
I'm
man?
great. I'm great. You look like you got that glow on your head. You got
Oh,
that
man.
glow.
Yeah. I think it's the weather as well, man.
You must be hot in that jacket, bro. I'm surprised you're in the jacket. You in Russia or something,
I
bro?
literally just put it on just now. Otherwise, I'm cool, man, with the t-shirt.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, take it away. Take it away.
Yes, I mean, my experience in this space has been very short. I mean, I started a year and a half ago, and that's when I was kind of exposed into an app, the FO2 app, which eventually became the TNT app. But that was like the Envision side of the venture. Coming on board with Iconic, it just impressed me in terms of what's available at your disposal to actually execute. To go in there and trade and educate foremost yourself. Learn and just grow with it. I picked it up and I just went straight into it. I just said, start educating yourself. But the fact that you have the opportunity to trade at the same time makes it even sweeter. So I used that opportunity. I knew if I signed up, I just I wanna I wanna get results, you know. And if you have that kind of focus and you build your belief system around it and say your prayers every day and just go into it, miracles will happen. And testimony for that was Friday, literally. I went in with just 80 pounds and I just looked at the market. It was a bad week last week. It was kind of fluctuating up and down, but I made most of it because I was just focused. I was just looking at what's happening on the gold side of trading, and I was doing my scalping, and that brought in results for me, plain and simply. And I think you guys saw the results. My aim was to get to 2,000. I made 1,900 and 940, 970. Which is amazing considering I spent a little time on my phone and really was just experimenting, and boom, it was just there.
So you're saying you started with 80 pounds and you made 2,000 pounds basically.
Yeah,
Whew.
it's crazy, right?
Very crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Just an example of what you can achieve through this platform. As long as you know what you're doing. Now, obviously, I saw the Plutus trade ideas come in first of all, and from there on, it was just okay, just stick to it, and it happened.
That's incredible. I mean, to
Yeah.
see what you've been able to do by utilizing gold, what's one tip you would give to a new trader?
New trader, go in with a focus. I mean, set yourself up like, what you explain in the launch message that you sent through. Just set yourself up. If you build your platform, you'll excel from it. Plain and simply, just follow the instructions, know what you're doing, but set yourself up for success. And that starts with just following all the things that you're being told to do. But then, from there on onwards, it's just about education. Just don't neglect education. Stick to the education side of things. Again, the fact that you can actually trade at the same time before ramping yourself up, doing the basic courses and then going on to the intermediate before you go into the advanced courses. That in itself is very sweet because you have this community that's actually there to support you. So, and they're doing good things. Again, look at the testimony on Friday. If that isn't proof of it, then I don't know what else to say. But definitely go in there with an education mindset, right? And just build yourself, develop yourself based on this education, and you'll be fine.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Hassan. That was incredible. We're looking forward to more of the same this week, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm on the case. I'm ready.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for your time. Put a 777 in the chat, Mr. Hassan. My brother, that was amazing, man. Just results of we've got so many more people that have been winning. It's amazing. This is what it's all about. All right, so guys, I want to get into now before I bring up Mr. Smith, and he'll be answering some of your questions as well. I'm gonna go into this week. I showed you guys last Sunday. If you guys remember, I showed you a prediction of what was gonna happen in the markets, and I would like to say I was right. I was right. I'm gonna show you guys what happened. So this is basically, if you guys can see this, can you all see my screen? Let me know in the chat. Can you see my screen? All right. So this is basically the gold XAU USD. Okay. This is called gold. All right. Now, this time last week, if you remember, let me actually go in the replay to show you guys. So this last week, what was it? Last week was 22nd of June, right? Let's just say, well, it was Friday, yeah? So this was where the market was last week. Can you guys see this? So I made a prediction for gold. Now, some of you that are new, it might be a little bit Like, what is he talking about, right? Don't worry, I'm going to break down what this is. This is a website called TradingView, okay? Now, if you don't have TradingView, I would highly recommend for you to get TradingView. It's a website, free website. You can just get a free account, and you can basically look through different currency pairs, and you can start to look at different setups, different currencies, and you can kind of just draw out your own predictions for what you think is going to happen in the market. Okay? And this is a particular website that I like to use. Of course, TradingView is widely used by a lot of traders all across the world. Okay? Now, basically, for those that are new, I'm going to make it very, very, very simple for you. Okay? This is basically the overview for the week last week. Last week, the market was here. And I predicted the market was going to go down and it's going to bounce up to this zone right here, which I believe it will do this week. Now, the reason why I said that is I was speaking briefly last week about the golden zone method, right? Which I use, and I've learned this from incredible traders who have made millions in investing and trading, okay? And it's very, very simple. Every trader is different, and some traders, they utilize a lot of indicators. There's a lot of indicators that you can put, that you can add onto your charts. There's a lot of indicators such as the MACD, the stochastics, the RSI, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, fractals, right? Kernels. There are different types of indicators you can add to your charts. Of course, I use indicators, okay? I do use them, okay? I've got a couple here. I've got the Lorentzian classification, I've got the EMA. Occasionally I do use indicators like those other ones, but I do like to use price action. Someone put price action in the chat, okay? Because price action is a way where you can look through the charts and you're literally just looking at the movement of the charts. You're looking at the movement of the currencies. And I also look at things such as the economical news. That's why I would recommend for you guys to utilize a site called the Forex Factory, okay? Which is basically a site which looks at the world economy, looks at the news, okay? What's happening in the world today, and it gives you indications and it gives you predictions on where the market's going to go. So I want you guys to write this down, okay? And I'm talking to my new people right now, okay? I want my new people, don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys in the simplest form possible, right? In the market, there are three types of analysis. You've got fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and what we like to call sentimental analysis. Fundamental analysis is basically you're looking at the news, you're looking at the economical situations. If you guys are in the trading chat, you would have seen I put a video in the chat talking about Trump. He was talking about Mr. Powell, Mr. Jerome Powell, who is the chairman of the Federal Reserve, which is basically the US, it's where all the money is stored. It's basically the Federal Reserve, they make all the biggest decisions for the US economy, right? They decide the interest rates, they decide the GDP, the CPI, they decide all these different things. They decide when the interest rates are going to go up or go down. They decide if the consumer items in the supermarkets are going to go up or go down. They pretty much control the entire economy. So the chairman of that association, he predicted that, or he's saying he wants to fire Jerome Powell, right? These things are all economical situations. But this particular conversation is strictly technical analysis, right? Last week I predicted the market was going to bounce down and bounce up. And the reason why is if you look at these two orange lines here, these are called support and resistance. Guys, ignore all this line stuff. Ignore this. This might confuse you right now. Ignore this. Just look at the two lines at the top and the bottom, right? The top and the bottom is called the support and the resistance. The top one is resistance and the bottom line is support. It's basically the floor and the ceiling of the market. So every time the market goes up or goes down, let's say, in this particular time frame, right? This is a 1 hour chart, right? The market is at a certain low and then there's a certain high, okay? It's basically like if I have a basketball and I bounce the ball off the floor, it hits the support line and it bounces off the floor onto the ceiling, bounces off the ceiling back to the floor. Does that make sense? Right? So this is basically what the market has done, okay? And I'm looking, and I've minimized the chart to look at it from a long-term perspective, okay? And I've seen that there are certain levels that the market is what we call respecting, okay? And so I placed a tool called a Fibonacci. Now guys, I'm not going to go into what Fibonacci is today, but a Fibonacci, what it basically is, it's basically a tool that measures the market based upon scientific mathematical sequences as well as previous movements in the market. I'll go into that another day, right? But basically, I'll put the Fibonacci here, and there's a zone called the golden zone where the market normally makes dramatic moves. So I predicted that this market will drop down around here, or even around this zone here, and bounce back off this line and would go into a buy position. It doesn't mean that the market is not going to move up and down. As you can see, if you guys can look closely, there are red lines and green lines, right? So the red lines means is when the market is going down, and the green lines when it's going up, right? This is a mini trend right here, but the overall trend of the market is a upward trend. But because the market has now broken this, level, it's a little bit. This trend has been broken, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Let me press the play button so you can see what I was saying. Look at the chart, guys. Okay. Can you see it? It went up, goes down, goes up, drops down right here. This is all last week. Drops down to the level of support on the way back up. If everyone can see this, the market dropped down to level of support, is now fluctuating around this level, broke down, right, on Friday, so as we can see here, guys, this is now where the market currently is, right? So again, there will be a lot of orders placed. The market's going to be very volatile this week. So of course, you just as long as you protect your capital with your lot sizes, there'll be a lot of trades called out by our educators. But this is in pole position for a buy. Again, it has broken this other trend here. This uptrend is broken. Now it could have just bounced off this actual line here and gone up. But I did believe it would go down. Why? Because there is a previous level of support which only on the 9th of June it had hit this level before. So I did predict that it would drop down here. So there's no surprises. So now the trend has become a little bit different. It's now broken that trend. So it's not entirely going to stay in this upward direction forever. But as you can see, this entry that I predicted at 3227, it's just hit that on Wednesday, right? So my prediction is, again, it's going to go up, I believe, at some point, but it is going to be, gold is always going to be volatile. There's it's always going to move very, very drastic. My prediction is if you've got an account of at least £500 to £1,000, that's a good amount, right? Again, if you are a scalper, You want to get in and get out quickly, get in and get out whilst you can. If you're in profit in gold at any one time, don't wait for take profit. If you've got thousands of pounds in your account, it's different. With a decent lot size, you can let the market breathe a little bit. But if you don't have, a considerably large account, I would say if you're in profit in gold and you're happy with what you're making, just take it out. Just close the trade, because gold doesn't respect anybody, right? It moves dramatically. Yes, there is an overall trend that's going to move in. I believe it will go up, but I believe it could also bounce off this level here again. We have to wait and see what happens on tonight, really, when the market opens. But I do believe it will shoot up again. This is my prediction: 34.10, even 34.25, 34.50 maybe. Let's see how it goes. But we'll see next week where we're at, and we'll see where things are at, guys. Make sure if you are ready to go live that you have basically funded your live account. Mr. Smith, my co-pilot, let's go, man. It's Shaq time. But if you are, if you are ready to go live, fund up now, right? So you can actually get ready to get some trades in, and we are ready to rock and roll. Make sure you have your risk management strategy ready. Mr. Smith, what's going on, man?
I'm here, bro. What's good, man? What's going on?
We are ready to rock and roll, man. Listen, man. I think they want to hear from Shaq, man. They want the slam dunks. Come on, bro, man. Talk to them. How you feeling today,
Shaq,
bro?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good, bro. Shaq was okay, but he wasn't the best without Kobe, man. So we're rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling, bro.
Let's go, man.
I know my position, bro. Don't worry.
Nah, you're a champ, bro. You're a champ. We winning these rings together, man. Bro, take it away, man. I'm excited for you to share what you want to share, bro. And the floor is yours, brother.
Cool. Nice one. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Guys, just drop a 777 for Derek, because guys, some of the stuff that he does behind the scenes, man, you guys don't even see some of the conversations and stuff like that. It's really inspiring. Like, as he said, we were at an event just yesterday, and he was really breaking down the psychology to some young students, and they were hungry, man. They were listening intently, and I was sitting at one point thinking to myself, damn, man, we can't rewind time and there's no regrets, but I was saying to myself, what was I doing at that age? And I wish I had a Derek Alexander come to maybe my school or my hall and give us that knowledge, right? Because it was fire. It was fire. So I definitely always want to give Derek his flowers, man. He does a lot behind the scenes, the things that we don't see. And the testimonies, guys, the testimonies are fire, man. Both testimonies are fire. And I listen to that and I feel a sense of warmth. I feel a sense of home, because for me, and Derek can definitely confirm this, even before I started any company, for me, it wasn't about whether the products work for me, guys. I can trade. I've been trading for now coming up to a decade. I've lived from trading. And when I say I live from trading, I'm not part of full time, never had no job, never had no income for a couple of years, and I was living from trading. So for me, it is really about the customer journey just as much as anything else. I'm also a personal coach as well. I've been a certified coach for over 10 years. So for me, I have sort of a soft spot to see other people win. So when I hear the testimonies and so on, I do get a really warm feeling, and I know that this is definitely the best platform for us to be on. And just before I go on to the charts as well, one more thing as well. The person that Derek was talking about that's actually joining this company, guys, you don't even know. But I'm gonna tell you this. You need to be excited before you be excited. And there's a reason for that, because you don't want to wait until the tsunami comes, the wave comes, before you start moving and jumping around and acting like you're really about to have your biggest day, right? I'm telling you now, the person that is joining this company, I had a great opportunity. I haven't known this person personally. I've spoken to this person one-to-one, but I haven't known him like to be on a Zoom call one-to-one with him or anything like that. But the group calls that I've been on, the teaching, the learning that I've taken from him, I know 100% you guys are going to get that heat, and you're going to get so much value from this person. So I can't wait until that's actually announced. because for me, that's a big win, not only for yourselves, but also for the company as well. So guys, look, let's get into these charts, man. Let's see what's happening. If there's anyone new on the call, I'm going to do a little bit of a back office little, treat kind of thing, to make sure that everybody on the call actually has some sort of information that they're leaving this call with, whether you're on the platform now or whether you're ready to get ready to get started. So look, let me just share my screen real quick. I'm sure you guys can see my screen. So if you're brand new on this platform, or you haven't got started yet, but you're on this call trying to figure out, is it the right move for me? What's it all about? You might have heard a common theme. You might have heard a common theme, right? And the theme was all around education. Yeah, the theme was all around education. So what I'm showing you on the screen right now is part of our education back office. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to plug in my tablet before it dies on battery. So the common theme was education. It's very, very, very important that you guys take yourself back to uni with this particular skill set. And I'm going to tell you why. 1 sec, guys. Okay, cool. We're back and rocking and rolling. Right. There's not many industries or not many places that you can go that you're going to be able to earn this type of money without educating yourself, without learning something, okay? It doesn't take much to be, and I don't say this to discredit anybody, so please do not take it this way. It doesn't take much to be an Uber driver, okay? It doesn't take much to be let's say a gardener, let's just say. These things you can learn very, very quickly, okay? Maybe within 1 to 2 weeks, you learn how to cut that grass a little bit different than you did last week, okay? Uber driver, today, they don't even need to revise the A to Z of the roadmaps anymore. They just go on maps and it takes them to where they need to get to, right? I'm not saying it's not difficult to do those jobs, but what I'm trying to express to you here, guys, is that this industry of investment, of trading, whether it's crypto, whether it's Forex, indices, metals, doesn't matter what it is, you need to double down and really learn the skill set. It works hand in hand. And the learning also encompasses psychology. It also encompasses behavior, risk management, all of these different entities that you need to learn whilst you're on your journey of trading. Please, please, please do not underestimate the education that you require. Now, one of the things that was said, and Monique said it, she said that, there is a lot of assistance on this platform, through your mentors or your communities, even jumping on this call. Me and Derek, we're not getting paid to be on these calls, but we want to make sure that you guys get the foundation. Now, that's regardless if you're building a team or not. We want to make sure that every single one of you gets the foundation of trading. And I'm going to tell you why, because legacy is built on your name, it's built on your integrity, and all of these different types of aspects, right? So if you're new on this platform and you haven't started trading yet, get started. Get started immediately, and know that there is help along the way. Okay, there's no need to be fearful. There was help along the way. So guys, look, let's get into these charts. This is not going to be very, very long, and I'm going to tell you why it's not going to be very, very long, because forget the key currency map for a moment. If you look at what we have coming up this coming week, okay, I want you guys to take it from me. Be very, very, very careful how you trade in the markets this week. Okay, be very, very careful. If there is 1 week that you can say to me, Jay, do you know what? I'm not going to over leverage this week. It would be this week. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Because although we don't have so much yellow news here, red news here, there is going to be a lot happening in the market later on in the week. And generally what happens when you have things like non-farm payroll, non-farm employment change, all of these types of things, the market tends to be a bit stagnant because everybody in financial institutions is a little bit indecisive about what they want to do. Most people don't even know what Powell is going to be speaking about. how he's going to address certain things, and so on and so on. What the United States are going to do with, their credit and their debt and all that sort of stuff. They've just had a little inkling of, bombing different countries and all this sort of stuff. So, guys, the market is going to play games with us this week. Okay. If you don't believe me, just watch it and see how it works. Okay. I've seen this so many times. It's going to tell us that it's going to go for a high, and then it's going to come back down for a low, and then it's going to go back for a high again. So just be very, very, very mindful of your lot sizes when you're trading this week. Okay. We got non-farm on Wednesday and Thursday as well. There's a continuation, and then we got Fed. We got the Fed speaking on. I thought it was on Friday. Let me see. Oh, we got Bailey speaks on Friday, which is going to be the GBP, which is actually on Saturday, but I thought it was on Friday. Okay, just go by the calendar. Don't go by me. Just go by the calendar. I might be wrong in some of the information I have here. Okay, so we got Fed Chair Powell speaks on Tuesday. So guys, make sure you're using correct risk management. Right, let's go to these charts very, very quickly. I'll give you a little joke. I'll give you a little joke on me with me and Derek. So on Friday's call, is it Friday? No, sorry. Thursday. No, it wasn't Thursday. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday call. Sorry, Tuesday's call.
Yeah, on Tuesday's call, Derek was going through gold. I was on the same aspect as well. We was both on the same boat. So we jumped off the call because I believe that call was a little bit longer. And I messaged Derek to say, Derek, I'm jumping in gold right now. Like I saw it moving, and I said, okay, I'm going to jump in right now because I know that I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to be in profit, right? So I start pressing the button, and as all I heard was, meow, meow. The noise that it makes.
That's the most depressing sound ever, man.
Yeah. The market was closed. I was like, no, guys, this is how passionate we are about trading.
So, guys, just some context, the gold market closes for 1 hour and during the weekdays.
Yeah. I was like, no. So basically, we had to wait until the market opened. We got into the trade. I made profit. I kicked out in the morning. Kind of glad I did because it took a reverse as well. Made a couple of £100, something like that. Came out. Made a reverse, but yes, we do believe that the market trajectory is still up for gold. Okay, it's still up for gold. If we go on the 4 hour, but I'm going to tell you what could change this. If the USA, okay, behaves themselves, they have a good, positive statistics on interest rates, debt, and so on, we may not see gold go up as much as we want it to, okay? Because what generally tends to happen, guys, is that gold is known as something which is called a safe haven. And I know the new people on this call, you might not understand this just yet, but as long as you write it down, it will make sense at some point along your journey, okay? Gold is generally a safe haven. So when things are generally going wrong, especially for the US, people are transferring their wealth and their money to gold, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because gold is one of the entities in this world that will never, ever, 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 ever truly lose its value, okay? Gold will always have an element of value. Now, money, printed money, can lose value massively when they realize that they have to print more money. That's why we always say have multiple sources of income, because generally what you want is you want money income, which is your liquid, and you can, you can do that to spend on your day-to-day, whatever the case is. But your investments are normally in things that are non-tangible. You can't really touch them, but they have value. Gold, even Bitcoin, guys. Remember, I saw Katrina post something, I think it was this week, when Bianca in Nigeria was doing, it was one of the AL sisters, so I'm not sure if it was Bianca. She was doing a seminar back in some years ago, and Bitcoin was at 1,300. Guys, Bitcoin is over 100,000, over 100 right now. Not 30,000, it was 13, yeah, 1,300. But Bitcoin is over 100 grand now. So guys, you want to make sure that you're actually spreading your money in certain different pockets. And the way to do that is by being on these calls, being on the educator calls, asking questions and so on and so on. So you can start to diversify your portfolio, okay? So I won't go through gold. Derek's going to kind of go through gold. There are a few others as well. So we had GU the other day. This was a funny one because GU, I was in, it hit SL, okay? It hit SL. I think this is where it hit SL right here. It just kissed it, okay? But because I was still watching it, I jumped back in when it dipped below. So I made my money back and more, okay? This is something that I want to teach you guys. And this is why this call is so important, because this is not just about market markups, okay? This is about mentality. This is about taking it as a business. Just because you lose a trade, it doesn't mean you're not going to come back and fight another day. Okay? Just because you lose a trade, don't go in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, I lost. Oh my gosh, this. Exactly what I said in the chat. I dropped a message. I said, guys, listen, when you lose a trade, do not revenge trade. Do not look to get back in straight away. Go back to the chart and mark up your chart again. Okay? Go back to the chart and mark up your chart again. Look for where potentially you may have got into early and where now you as a person can take responsibility, accountability for pressing that button and get back into the market again, okay? So what I will do, I'm going to use this particular chart here to kind of let you guys know what made me get back into the market again. So when you see these types of things, you can also take the same sort of stance as well. So look, this was GU, okay? So let's just imagine right now. I know what I'm going to do. I want to make this really tangible for you guys. All right. Oh, sorry, no, it's not what I want. I want you guys to really understand what it takes for the psychology around trading, okay? So, boom, boom, boom. Stay with me, guys, stay with me. All right, let's change this. Let's change this to black. Okay, stay with me, guys. Yes, right, brown. Okay. Everything in this black square, okay, that you can see, this darkened square, okay? Just imagine it doesn't exist right now. Doesn't exist, okay? So this is where we got into the trade. I would do it as a replay, but I want it to stay on the screen, okay? This is what happened. We predicted that the market was going to drop here, okay? We predicted that the market was going to drop here. It didn't happen. The market came here, it came here, okay? And it kissed the SL, okay? It kissed our stop loss. When I say it kissed our stop loss, it didn't fully go past it. It just wicked it out, okay? So we would have obviously lost this trade, right? It wicked out right here, okay? Now, this is what sometimes the beginner things to do is. You're going to start to revenge trade, okay? Now, when you revenge trade, yes, you would have started to come down into profit, okay? You would have, this is what would have happened. You would have been like, nah, hold on a second. Nah, Jay said it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. So you know what? It hit my SL. I'm gonna get back in. It would have dropped here, okay? This is the funny thing. It would have dropped here. You would have been back in profit. But then it would have whipped you out again, meaning now that you've lost two trades. You've lost two trades. And more than likely, what you would have done This trade would have been 0.01 lot size, okay? Which should have been the correct lot size for your account, okay? And then now on the second trade, where you're thinking, you know what? I've got to win this money back. You would have done 0.1 lot size. We have all been there, guys. We have all been there, okay? So not only have you lost a trade, now you've 10x'd your lot size. You've 10x'd your lot size and you've lost a trade again. So now you've lost £1 here and now you've lost £10 here, okay? So overall, your loss is not looking great. But how you can determine that this particular trade, or how I determined that this particular trade, I was going to trust my judgment on it, was because as the trade moved along, okay, what I am looking for is this. The last high was here. Okay. Let's change this. This was the last high with the wick. You can use the wick or you don't have to use the wick. I am looking for, because I still believe in my analysis. I still believe this is coming for a sell. Okay, guys, there's nothing that's going to change my mind. I still believe that we are looking for a sell right here. Okay. What changed my mind was that this trade did not break this high. Okay. This long wick here showed a lot of rejection. It did not break this high. So what this is telling me, that this is what is called a retest. Okay. If you're new on here and you really want to learn, this is the time to make notes. This is a retest. So it came down, it retested this zone, and then the move happened. Okay, look how big that candle is, guys, that sell-off candle. Okay, it was helped with a bit of news, etc., but the sell-off happened here. So the reason why I'm showing you this is because you have potential to lose one trade, but then win one trade. Or you can revenge trade and you can lose 2 trades. Okay, so this is something that is very, very key when it comes to trading, which is called patience. Patience is like waiting for something to happen, but being happy at the same time while you're waiting. Okay, not being upset and frustrated. Okay, so that's the GU move that allowed me to make that money back and more. Okay, so you can do exactly the same. However, I was also predicting that if it came to this top zone, if it came to this top zone, I would have got in at this top zone for the sale as well. Okay, so I had a plan B as well. All right. Let's look at USD Chef. USD Chef, I believe we are going to sell off. I do believe we are going to continue to sell off. But what it's doing right now is coming down in the channel. Now, in a channel or a triangle, normally what you see is at some point it breaks out. Okay, at some point it breaks out. But I do believe we are looking for a sell-off at some point here as well. But once again, this is all dictated on the news, guys. Some of the charts I'm going to show you today, they may go the other way during news because we don't know what the news is going to give us, right? Yes, we have a forecast, but guys, I'm going to tell you this now. There's many times I've seen on the news where there's been a forecast, but something else happened during that week that has thrown the forecast well off. Okay, if we mark up these charts now and America decides to go to war on Wednesday, guys, what we mark up is going to be completely different to what's going to happen in the market. Okay, let's look at AUD USD. I have this particular chart selling up. I'm going to tell you why. Let me give you another little hint here in terms of what can happen in trading. Okay, if you are trading, and guys, if I was you, I would write this down. If you are trading and you are trading close to a daily high, a daily low, a weekly high, a weekly low, a monthly high, or a monthly low, you best believe, okay, that the market is like a magnet for these particular levels, and it will go there at some point very quickly. Okay. I need you guys to really understand this, because when you are placing a trade for a buy and you lose like that trade and you lose the next trade and the next trade because it keeps attacking a particular zone and you're thinking, what's going on? I want you to come up here, okay, on Trading View, and I want you to forget the 4 hour. I want you to go to the daily. I want you to look at the daily, okay? Because the daily will be like a magnet, guys. Okay, it will be like a magnet. I was going to put a magnet sign there, but it's okay. It would be like a magnet. It would be attracted there. And it will always happen very, very quickly as well. So when you're trading, this is what I used to tell people that I used to trade with, especially when I was like teaching and stuff like that. The best way I learned was actually teaching, to be honest with you, because I learned so much talking to the screen because I realized so many different things. I used to tell to everybody, listen, when we're around a daily high, be very, very cautious of your trading. Okay? Because the trade will tell you one thing, but it's only just jumping up and down to go to this daily high. Okay? So this is AUD USD, AUD USD. If this breaks this zone, okay, guys, let me do this. Let me do this. If this breaks this zone, okay, with a high, it's very important with a high. What do I mean by a high? I mean, this is now higher than this level. Pullback, this now is higher than this level. You best believe it's going to go to the daily high. Okay? Best believe it's going to go to the daily high. You can write that down and take me to the bank with that. Okay? We've seen it so many times. All right? If it doesn't go to the daily high right here, it will come back, retest this zone first, see what I've got marked up here, and then attack the daily high. Okay? The daily high, the weekly high, the monthly high, they're all magnets. All right? They're the ones that are very, very important to investors. When we are trading on like the 5 minute, 15 minutes, guys, I'm telling you now, people that are spending millions, they do not care about a 5 minute chart. They do not care about a 15-minute chart. They look at you and go, 15-minute chart, what is that? 15-minute chart to do what? We use it because we are retail traders, okay, and we are scalping. We're not generally making millions from a 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart. You would have to have existing millions to have such a high lot size to be able to do that. Okay, so the institutions, they are looking for more bigger capital for a longer return. Okay, that's why if you put money in a bank in an ISA, it tells you 1 year, because a lot has to happen in that 1 year for them to make their money, for them to give you a return. Okay, so you want to make sure you're really aware of that. Guys, we have a lot more daily highs as well. GOD here has a daily high as well. So AUD USD has a daily high right close to it. GBP AUD once again has a daily high. If I'm going to trade this, no matter what I see right here, I am looking for this type of move, breakout, create another high for me. Okay. Then I'm looking to take shorts, longs. But when I say shorts, I mean short positions all the way to the moon, because I'm looking for that daily high. Okay. If you come to the weekly now, you can see where this is starting to make its way back up. Okay. Could it reject here and come back down? 100% it could. 100% it could. But is it likely? The question is it likely? Not really. Okay. So let's have a look at where we had some weekly highs before. Okay. And let's look how the market moved. Let's look how the market dealt with it. All right. So we don't need to go back to 2017. Let's look at let's look here. Okay, let's look here. This will be Feb, okay? This will be Feb 2024. Feb 2024. Okay, Feb 2024. Okay. This was the high. Okay. Actually, we're going to go here as well. This was the high. Okay. Imagine you was taking sales all of this time and it was bouncing back up here. And then it finally broke through and then it went to this high. Guys, you would be in so much drawdown, you'd be blaming us. So that's why it's very, very important that you take your time. Okay. Imagine you're looking for sales here and then it bounced back up here and you're in drawdown here. Guys, that one candle right there, where's my ruler? Is over 200 pips. Okay, that one candle on the weekly. Imagine you're in drawdown for that and it goes all the way up here, it comes back down and you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go back into profit now, goes back up, goes back down, yeah, I'm back into profit now, and then goes back up and hits your SL and knocks you out of the trade. That could be 1 month of gruel, right? 1 month of you not being happy. So that's a little bit of education just on the charts right there. Now let's go back to the favorite tool, one of my favorite tools outside of the obviously the signals, etc. Let's sign back in. Oh yeah, I was looking for some new shoes, man. Derek told me we've got an event coming up, so I need some new shoes. Anyway, let's
that's 750. Is that the
yeah, I'm looking at them loafers, bro. I see you wearing them loafers as well, bro. I said, nah, Derek looked too suave in those loafers the other day. I said, nah, let me look up. Oh gosh, this trading
the Forex shoes, huh?
Yeah, this trading space is too good to me, man. This trading space is too good, man. Okay, let's get back on track.
Yes, sir.
Right, so let's go to the Manara. For those who are using this tool, I see Hezron using this tool heavy. Kudos to Hezron. I see him using this tool heavy to make sure he's getting himself into great winning trades. I'm gonna close some of this stuff here, man, because I think my internet is really bugging out right now. Let's close this. Let's close all this stuff as well. We don't need it. You would never think that we got the highest rate of internet here, man. It's so bad. Come on. Just wait for this to spool up, guys. And then we're going to jump on Manara. Wow, it doesn't even want to load up for me. Why you don't want to load up for me? Let's get rid of that as well. I'll leave that. Boom. Let me just check the connection. Let's see. Let's refresh that. Apologies, guys. Give me 1 sec, man, while this loads up. It doesn't want to load up for some reason. Derek, just check on your side to make sure yours is loading up for me.
1 second, brother. And mine's also paused as well, yeah.
I'm actually blaming the internet, and it could actually be maintenance on the site or something as well.
They maintain it. Yeah, normally on Sundays they maintain it just to kind of make sure everything's good.
Yeah, I saw this last Sunday at a certain time as well. So guys, we would jump on Manara, but obviously we're doing some updates here at the moment, and I'm pretty sure it'll be back very, very soon. But what I will tell you in the meantime, just before we close out this call, I will drop some of the Manara trades that I personally will be taking myself. But what I would definitely say to you is this, is that I want you to be very, very mindful of the news, etc., that I've shared with you today. Okay, I want you to be very, very mindful with the news and everything that I've shared with you today. Because even though the trade might be telling you one way, the news, it might throw it a complete different direction. Okay. So just before we jump off, let me I'll keep trying Manara just in case it does come on. Just before we jump on, let's do a quick Q&A because I know we've got some new people on the call. We've still got 53 of you on the call. I know that at least one or two of you will have some questions. Do we have any questions? My Manara is not functioning. Yeah, perfect. So I was blaming the internet. Apologies, internet man. You're my best friend. I like you. Me and you friends again. Yeah, let's go into a quick Q&A, guys, before we log off this call. Is there any questions based on what I was showing and sharing with you today? And any questions on obviously what Derek was actually showing and sharing today as well? Don't be shy, guys. Please do not be shy. If there is no questions, it means that we have explained everything explicitly well, and you've understood every single thing that has been said. So with that being said, I know that this week there's going to be some fire posts coming into the groups because you guys got it right. If not, this is your chance to speak.
You know, in Gladiator,
Hi.
where the king does this. It's like
Yeah.
this or this.
Who we got on the call? Who's unmuted?
Shot deflected, corner kick coming.
So, good evening.
Evening.
Yes. So, sometimes on the Manara, right? When you say, for instance, you have a 1 hour and you have a 15 minutes and a 5 minute trade. Both of them is going in the same direction. Is it safe to take that trade that give you the confirmation to say that you can go ahead and take that trade? Because both of them is at the same position on the 15 minute and on the 5 minute, it's saying the same thing.
I would say 100%. If I see a 1 hour and a 4 hour together in Confluence, definitely take the trade. If I see a 5 hour, 15 minutes in Confluence, definitely take the trade. It's a great question. Great question.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, perfect. And I'll just go into a little bit of explanation to why that could happen as well, because the same pattern sometimes it might be different patterns as well, but because there is a pattern forming, it means that the calculations, the actual Fibonacci calculations are happening at both time zones, which in turn we call confluence. If you've got this matching up, that matching up, that matching up, take the trade. We can never guarantee 100% success, but what we can say is that we have all the information that we need to take a successful trade.
Okay.
Really good question. Where are you calling in from, by the way?
Jamaica.
Yes, man, that's my island, man. That's where my pops is from.
Okay.
Yeah, me there at Kingston last couple of years, man. All right, nice one, man. Any more questions, guys?
All right. So basically, like if you like the take profit one and the take profit two, right? So the take profit one is normally 40 pips, while the take profit two is like 80. Is that correct?
Not in every
Not all.
not in every instant though. It won't be exactly the same for every single trade.
Okay.
Yeah. So it might be best that you actually calculate it just to make sure that you're within your tolerance of your own risk management. Yeah.
So how do you use which tool you use to calculate or to measure how much points? Because I was trying TradingView and trying to see which tool you can use to actually do that.
Okay, good question. I'm going to show you right now. Let me see if Manara is back up and running. If it's not, I'll do it on TradingView for you. Let me just try Manara one more time. Okay, let's load up TradingView. Let me load up TradingView for you and I'll show you. And what I'm going to show you on TradingView, it has the same tool on Monaro as well. Okay, it has the same tool on Monaro as well. Let me just share my screen again. Let me know when you can see my screen, guys.
Yes, I can see it.
Perfect. So let's take it down to like a 5-minute candle. So on Monaro, it's a little bit hidden. It's a little bit hidden. On the left-hand side, okay, on the left-hand side, let me see if I can draw it. If I can't, I'll do a little like video and drop it in the group. So I really want you guys to be able to use this and see this. You can tell I don't use a side menu, man. Never use a side menu. All right, cool. Look, we do it here. So there's a little thing that kind of looks like this like purple thing that I'm drawing, which is a little drop-down tab. Okay, it's a little drop-down tab on Monaro, and where it's positioned is, I'm going to draw an arrow. It's positioned kind of like at the bottom of the little bar that you see on the left-hand side. When you click that, you're going to open up this toolbar here. Okay. Now, once you open up that toolbar, you've got things that in there like you've got things in there like long position, short position, etc., etc. And these can calculate everything for you. Okay. So there's two ways. You can use a long position or short position tool, or you can use the ruler. This is the ruler here as well. So if you're doing a long position, let's say we're taking a buy, okay, you can position this wherever you want it, okay? You use tabs on the side wherever you want it. And if you double click the middle, it's now going to give you all the information that you need. It's going to give you entry. It's going to give you how many ticks, which is points. So if you take off the last digit, that will give you now pips. Okay, so this will be 11 pips. It will be 110 points or 110 ticks. Okay, it will also give you the price. Then it will give you the stop level, which here is 19 ticks, which would be 1 pip. Okay, and then here it will give you the price as well. So that's how you can get to know how much you're risking and how much your risk to reward is as well. If you're going to use the ruler, you can just simply click the ruler. You click, drag up, and it will give you the information in this little box here as well. Okay, so it will give you 13 pips, it will give you 23 bars, and it took 1 hour and 55 minutes to form this whole move. Okay, the volume, you don't really need to understand that because it's the volume inside of the candles. It makes no reference to us. So you can use any of those tools. Yeah. On the Monaro, when the Monaro is up, I'll do a little video and I'll drop it in the group. I'll just do it on a little WhatsApp call and I'll just video it and do it in the group so you guys can see it as well and how it works. Yeah. I hope that helps.
Thank you, because I was trying to use the ruler, but it was not giving me that information that you just showed.
Try it again, and if you're ever stuck, then just revert to TradingView and try out TradingView.
Okay, thank you.
Nice one. Any more questions, guys? These are really good questions because these are the types of things that are going to change your trading journey this week. Because you're going to know how to do it, right? Any more questions? Anyone got a question for Derek?
I think everyone's already ready to make some money.
I hope so, man, guys. We're on this call for you guys. We are on this call for you guys. We want to make sure that you guys are rocking and rolling through the week. You really understand that that's a serious thing. Guys, I'm gonna buy those shoes with one trade. I'm telling you that now. Like
one trade.
I'm gonna buy those shoes with one trade. I'm not saying that to stunt. I'm not saying that to drip. I'm just saying that you guys, if you need to take this serious, because even making £100 in a week It's a difference, guys. It's a difference, man. I'm telling you, it's a difference. It'll only take you 7 days, 8 days before you've made £1,000 if you do it correctly. You know, yeah. I give thanks to God for this skill set, man. Any more questions, guys?
Which one is safer to use, the complete or the mature?
Don't you want to do that one or shall I do that one?
Mr. Menard, bro, you go ahead.
So the complete, so the difference between the complete and the mature is a few candles away. The mature is a few candles away, or a few candles too.
Away.
It's away, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's maximum 4 candles away. Okay, so I personally would say this: look for the complete at the entry level, at the entry zone. But however, there is ways to trade it at the mature level as well. But I think once you start to get the hang of how to trade at the entry, then you will understand levels, you will understand support and resistance zones, and then you can start to bounce off of those zones as well. Like for instance, if I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say this was a Monaro trade, right? In fact, let me see if I can find a pattern for you guys. Let me see if I can draw a pattern for you guys, if I can spot something here. What, A, B, no. Give me 1 sec, guys. I'll be very quick with this. I'm going to find you guys a pattern. No. Okay, this might work for a bat. Okay, so this might work for a bat. So look, if we go, if we use this, we're gonna go from here. So A, B, no, wait. 1 sec, guys. This is actually a pattern. A, A, B, D. Okay, right. There's your pattern, guys. Right. So let's say this is I'm acting as Monaro right now, right? So this is the human Monaro. Okay. I know how to draw these patterns all day long, man. You kind of get used to it. So let's say, for instance, now this would be this level here. This level here will be your entry, right? This level here will be your entry. Right. So let's do this. So this will be your entry. Okay. Up here will be your SL, roughly around here. Let's just say there for saying sake. All right, we're going to make it red for SL. And then you'll have like maybe TP1, TP2, and we're just going to give a TP3 as well. We'll just give it a TP3, yeah? We're going to change this to green. Doesn't matter if they're different greens, as long as it's green, right? Right, so they're green, right? Let's get rid of that so we can see clearly, okay? So you've got your tool now, it's at entry. The best place for you to take the trade is at entry, okay? Because that's where you're going to maximize. But let's say, for instance, you've missed the entry and it's now come down to TP1. All right, trades at TP1. Now, the great thing to remember is that Monaro tool really and truly is like sat nav. It's like sat nav. It's only just really giving you the best direction. but it's not forcing you to go that way. It's not forcing you to take the trade there, but it's giving you the best direction. Okay. I've gone against my sat nav so many times and it's gone wrong, right? So I rather just follow the sat nav now, right? So he's looking from a global view. I'm looking from a road view, right? So the best thing to do is take it from entry. If the trade is at TP1, okay, what you have to remember here is that TP1 is a support or a resistance level. It's a liquidity level, okay? So it does mean that when it moves off of TP1, it's going to go to another support or resistance level, which you can see this particular trade did. So let's say, for instance, you've missed entry, you're on this particular candle right here, okay? You might look at this and say, well, it's at TP1. I'm not going to take this trade anymore because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to go. But as you start to learn the tool and you start to learn trading itself, you would look at this and say, well, where's my next level? You go back across the chart. And as you can see, look, I didn't see none of this, guys. I didn't see none of this, okay, before I've seen it right now. I didn't see none of these levels, okay, before I've seen it right now. So this is another level here that this trade potentially could go to. And what did it do? Let me just bring it out. What did it do? It went down this level, went down to this level as well. And then it went down another level as well. Okay. So potentially you can start to look at TP1 as an entry as well. And then what you will do, you'll put your stop loss at the last high or low, which will be your entry. So now all you've done is just shifted the Monero down to take another trade. Okay. I personally wouldn't recommend doing that just yet until you've really mastered getting into your entries and stuff. And then once you start to understand support and resistance, then you really start to understand that you can take it from zone to zone to zone. So where you have one trade, now you start to look at 2 or 3 trades on the same time frame. Yeah. I know that might be a little bit advanced, but I hope it does make sense in terms of how you can start to use the TPs as also zones that you can take trades as well. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. Let me just see. I hope that answered the questions. Is there any more questions at all?
It does make sense. Let me not ask too many questions.
No, it's okay.
All right. Say you want to take profit one, and they said that you must at least 3 entries. So can you put those 3 entries as target profit one?
Okay, so that's a little bit subjective because everybody does it different. Some people take 3 trades to TP1. Some people take 3 trades, 2 fixed, 1 open. Some people take 2 trades, 1 fixed, 1 open. When I say fixed, it means it has a TP. The other one is an open trade. It's just trailing. So that one drop down to TP2, TP3, so on and so on. Me personally, if you're new in the industry, I would say taking 3 trades is a bit extreme unless you're using a very small lot size.
Okay.
Yeah, because the whole experience really is for you not to money grab when you first start. The whole experience, and we're drawn to that as well because we want the money, right? Because the money is coming, right? We can see it. It's like it's saying take me, so we want to take it. But that's where a little bit of the trick is, because we get overconfident in terms of what we're doing. Because imagine now that success rate for you of taking 3 trades has worked for 3 weeks. And then now you've got a bigger size account, and now you're taking 3 trades on a bigger lot size, and then whoom, bam, you're back at square one because your 3 trades, all 3 of them lost.
Yes.
You see?
I'm not really 3 different pairs. I'm saying like the same pair, but you have 3 different entries.
And that's the same example for that scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, not 3 different pair types, the same pair type. Because if you trade in 3 trades in one pair type, if you lose on one, you lose on the other 2 as well. Yeah. So just be a little bit aware that at this point in time, you really want to see how the market moves and kind of get the soul and jiggle into it and dance with it a bit, before you start thinking that, you know, you're going to make the free trades of money and stuff like that. And even if you're on demo, get into the habit of maybe even taking one trade, taking two trades, taking three trades, but go back and have a look at it to see what effect it had. Because there's no real, like, you have to take one trade or you have to take two trades. You have to take this. We're not, it's not a dictatorship. You can take as many trades as you want, but you just got to go back and have a look at how it affected your account, especially if you had the losses as well. Yeah. I hope that kind of makes sense.
The other day I was on the goal, and then apparently it was saying like you should buy. And when I go and say on the demo account I was buying, it was saying selling when I go on the chart. That can happen?
Of course, because it could be swinging. So swinging means that basically, although we got into a buy, the overall trajectory, the whole movement is still going up. But what we're seeing is the pullbacks. The pullbacks. With gold, it doesn't move like a Forex pair type. Okay, with gold, it moves very erratic and very deep. So the pullback on gold could be like 100, 150 pips. But a pullback on a pair type, like a Forex pair type, GBP, AUD, GBP, USD, could be 30, 40 pips. So gold does move very, very erratic. Okay, that's why we say with gold, really manage your risk, 0.01, 0.02. On your Forex pair type, you might go a little bit higher, which is 0.05, 0.06. Okay. Yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. Hi, babes, I'm on a Zoom. I'll call you back. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Can you guys still hear me?
Is there a video that can help you to set up your trading view?
I believe there is. I think actually Derek's done one. If he has, I'm sure you can send one. Me and Derek done a call. We done a call about a month or so back. That I was going through the whole of TradingView. I'll send you that video. Yeah, or I'll post it in the group again. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problems at all. No problems at all. Elizabeth, you had a question? Oh, you dropped it in the chat. Let's have a look. Please, what are the currency pairs to pay attention to or to take on Monero? There is no real particular currency pair types for you to pay too much attention to. Monero is going to find it. Monero is going to find a trade for you. You just need to take the trade. It only comes to when you're starting to trade more for your personal preferences, that you might find that you might like gold a bit more, you might like G odd or a bit more, so on and so on. But for now, when you're using Monero, just take the trades that it's giving you. Yeah, if it gives you 5 different trades, just take the 5 different trades. It doesn't matter what the pair type is. Yeah, because all of this is going to be for your experience. Yeah, okay, perfect. Guys, look, that's a lot of questions, and that's some really good questions. I like those types of questions because those are the types of questions that you're going to face along the way. So I know that you guys are trading, because if you wasn't trading, you wouldn't have those questions, right? So they're really, really good questions. So guys, look, we are going to close out this call now. The recording will be dropped. Eric will drop the recording shortly into the groups as well. It'll be on YouTube also as well. I will post the TradingView call in the group for you guys to just review over as well. But guys, I hope you have had a wealth of knowledge on this call. One of my mentors said something to me today. He said, the people that believe they can and the people that believe they can't are both right. You just need to determine which one you are, okay? So with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with the information that you've had today, and I hope you have a great evening. Take care. We out.